To go.
Woo.
We are live. Is that correct, Brian? We are live on a Thursday. It is a bonus, believe you me. Live.
I was just checking to see if you were live. Yep, sure are.
We sure are, exactly. This is the stuff that normally gets edited out. But here back Brian again. But how are you, Harrington? This is the hold on. I'm hearing myself back, Brian.
That's not for me.
Is it Harrington?
I don't know. Is it?
I'm definitely hearing myself back. Or maybe. Oh no, maybe
it's sound good.
Oh, it's my own fucking YouTube channel blasting in the background. What a fool I am. Welcome to the show, everybody. Harrington and Brian, how the hell are you on this Thursday?
Dude, I'm doing incredible.
We're doing great.
Doing great. Big smiley faces, no stress.
No
Paul Feldman, no Irish Dragon. Who've we got on today?
Azamat, Bekoev. Yeah. I'm very excited. I saw him tweeting on Sunday where he's like, if I get 1,000 followers, nothing will happen, but I'll have 1,000 followers. And I was like, yeah, that guy's pretty funny. Kind of reminds me of like Chase Sherman a little bit. And he's just grown and grown. He's been engaging with people all week. Everyone's been tweeting us to get him on.
I met him in the elevator right before his fight last week. Where were we? Iowa. Right before I was heading over to the arena, Des Moines, Iowa. I step in the elevator. There's Bekoev. Never met him. Obviously, I watched his fights, done some research. I said to him, hey, nice to meet you. How you doing? What's the plan here today? Brother, I stopped takedown. I knock him the fuck out. And then he just started laughing. I'm like, this guy's fun. He's good. I'm like, we got to get you on the podcast sometime. And anyway, then I walked off. Then he did exactly what he said he was going to do. Knocked out Ryan Lauder, who's a great guy, by the way. So I don't say that lightly because it's a shame for him. It was a shame, but fair play to Bekoev. And then he's hitting us up on Twitter trying to get on the show. So we had to make it happen. But we were supposed to have the Welsh gangster, Oban Elliott, boyo. He got the times mixed up. Listen.
Mate, I'm so sorry to fuck you about. I've just got to the gym now and
can you hear?
It was meant to be 9, but the class hasn't started yet. So they're making me train now, basically, because the coach has got to go and pick his kid up. And the gym manager didn't know that. So it's just fucking...
Anyway. You get the idea. Oban Elliott will not be joining. The Welsh gangster has just gone down in my estimation. I thought we were friends. He abandoned the show like Anthony Smith. I'm joking, Anthony.
The best part of it is you said he hits you up and he's like, hey, Mike, are we starting the show? And you're like, yeah, in an hour. He goes, I forgot to tell you I'm in Germany. And you go, wait, what? Why would I assume you're in Germany?
Yeah, exactly. But no, he'll jump on the show at some point soon, no doubt. Obviously, we've got UFC 315 this weekend, and we are live right now. So we'll answer some questions from the chat. As long as you guys are respectful, try hard, IGN and Brian. Y'all doing questions from the chat. Well, what are we doing right now, buddy? We are doing questions from the chat. We are answering questions, video questions that get sent into bympod@gmail.com. And also, if you didn't know, we've got a bloody, what is it? We got Harrington? We got a Discord these days.
Yeah, we got the Discord. Come on, join the membership on YouTube. You will get, early access to some stuff, but most importantly, access to our Discord where we will be hanging out. I'll certainly be in there for UFC 315, hanging out for a little bit, talking to the boys.
I was in there all alone this weekend, so people got to hang out.
I was in there the other day, and there was like one person. I'm like, okay, this is going well. Callum set it up. My son set it up. He's working from home. He's doing his master's degree at college. So I'm like, if you want to run a Discord, and I'll throw you a few bucks, you can bring something to the show. But so far, it's not exactly popping off. Let's just say that. But Rome wasn't built in a day. Do we believe that Khamzat Chimaev deserves a title fight? That is Hari Turi. Well, yeah, of course, 100%. 14-0, I think. 6 or 7-0 in the UFC, just crushed Robert Whittaker's jaw off. I mean, if that doesn't get you a title fight in the UFC, I don't know what does.
Yeah, and I mean, it's like this is a guy who's legitimately had a case his last 2 or 3 wins, and it's like he's almost gone the Bilal route of like he's undeniable at this point. I can't think of anybody else who I'd put in that shot against DDP.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And that fight's going ahead anyway. Dricus du Plessis has basically said the fight's happening. It just hasn't been announced yet. I don't know when they're going to do that one because you think about it, you've got, well, they're all kind of booked up. August is what? What's August? It's Dustin Poirier versus...
I think that's July. I think August is the rumored Pereira versus Ankalaev.
Oh yeah, we got to talk about that as well. Alex Pereira yesterday. I mean, he came out and said, what did he say? He said, well, basically he had some shit with the UFC, apparently. He said, I can't believe they've done me like this. From what I've heard, I'm going to retire.
Yeah, I was already thinking about retiring now. Now they're forcing my hand.
Now, I must admit, when I saw that, I was very disappointed. Oh, here we go. He said, I always answered the UFC's call, but if they want to play with me, we can do that. I've never spoken poorly of the UFC, but with what I've just heard, I'm disheartened. I've already had thoughts of not fighting anymore. And after that was just relayed to me, this may be the start. Now, I admit, when I saw that, I was like, well, that's kind of pathetic. I mean, come on. I mean, listen, UFC, yes, you have been a company man. Yes, you have stepped up. You have taken short notices, fights, but you've also made a tremendous amount of money, and I was like, what is going on? And then he comes out and he says he was hacked. Question is, chat, do we believe that he was hacked? Because that's the big rumor right now. Because I did initially think if somebody hacked Alex Pereira's account, they're going to say something a bit more inflammatory than that. They're going to push their little crypto scam or something.
Mm-hmm. I think the English is too good.
The English was too, yeah. No, you're right. I'm not shit stirring.
Okay.
But like my friend Brady, my old jiu-jitsu coach, he got hacked recently. And I didn't know he was hacked, but I saw a picture of a G-Wagon on his Instagram. He's like, I just picked up this new ride, blah, 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 blah. Finally made some money through crypto and this, that, and the other. So I texted him. I was like, Brady, what the F? Because I'm like, if you've bought a brand new G-Wagon, I'm going to slap you because I know he doesn't have money. And he's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, bro, it says on your Instagram, you've just bought a new G-Wagon. He's like, oh shit, I've been hacked. And he had been hacked and it was a crypto scam. And then he called me back later on and said, you're not going to believe this. Some of his friends that follow him invested in the crypto scam and now they're giving him shit. So
no.
Yeah. So there is people out there, but what a weird thing to hack Alex Pereira's account just to say that he's walking away from the UFC or whatever. Kind of strange.
Yeah, I mean, that was odd to not use it for any kind of personal gain, but it also is. It's kind of funny to write in his voice and just put a cryptic retirement tweet out there and then go away, right? Like, there's so much more you could have done with that. So for that to be the thing, if he was in fact hacked, pretty funny move by that guy.
Adam Rogers says, did I see Eddie Hall chasing the guy with the car? So obviously we had Eddie on Monday's show and he came on at 7 p.m. UK time. Now, you must have seen this by now.
Oh, yeah.
Eddie Hall, it's all over the internet. It went viral, viewed millions of times. So he was talking to us at 7 p.m. UK time. So probably an hour after the show, what happened was a bunch of people pulled up outside his house. Apparently, there he is. They pulled up outside his house. His wife went out there with the dog and politely asked them to move along. They started giving her attitude as well. Then he goes out there. He got a little bit aggro. He flipped the lid a little bit, but his kids were in the house. They were screaming and stuff like that. And I kind of feel for him because, one's man's house, that's your castle. And yeah, okay. They know where he lives. They want to run into him. They want to get a picture, but you can't just pull up outside a man's house like that and that's just overstepping the mark. I've had it myself. I had a guy show up at my house just recently. We talked about it in private, not on the show. And he was acting all kind of crazy. He was out of his mind. I was in China and he was at the door, like methed out of his head. And I don't know how we got on the neighborhood because we have guards on the neighborhood. And but he got on somehow and he had a big dog. talking crazy shit to Rebecca. But we have a ring camera, so it recorded everything. And yeah, man, it's kind of scary. Brian McKay.
Eddie Hall was like, at any time in that video, Eddie Hall could have went full Street Fighter 2 on that car and just torn it apart with his hands. Like,
yeah, I made the case
very reserved.
Do you think could he flip a car with 2 men in it?
Easy.
Oh, no.
I've seen people in like the strongest man competitions. They will routinely, like that's actually one of the events is flipping a car about that size. It's just a matter of.
Although those cars are like empty on the inside.
True.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. The cars inside, they've all kind of been stripped and stuff. You know, it's kind of like a publicity stunt. But still, I feel for him. I feel for him because a lot of people were talking shit. Then he did a good video where he came out and kind of showed all the CCTV footage. They were there for like 20, 30 minutes or something. So, yeah, poor old Eddie. Because Eddie's a good guy, man. Hansi says that flipping the car is easy. Well, I guarantee that Harrington couldn't do it. Guarantee.
Well, I know what we're doing for the next live show.
Me and like 12 of my buddies one time literally picked up a car and moved it out of the way of another car. Like
Brian, we used to do this when we were kids. If we ever saw a Robin Reliant, just bring up an image of a Robin Reliant, Robin Reliant. A Robin Reliant, they were a 3-wheel car in the UK in like the 70s and the 80s.
Oh, like the kind of cars that like traffic cops?
No, these were a thing in England. The Robin Reliants, probably all over Europe as well. Anytime I saw a Robin Reliant, they were so easy. We never flipped them over, but you could push them onto the sides. To be fair, we were little dickheads. You know what I mean? Because if somebody pushed my car on the side, I would not be happy. But still, there you go. There you go. So we've got Azamat Bekoev jumping on in a little bit. What should we talk about until then, Brian? Because Oban Elliott, he stitched us right up.
Yeah, Oban really screwed the pooch on it for us. Let's see.
Cesar Molina, yes, this is live, guys. This is live.
Yeah, we're not playing games out here. Sorry, I'm just looking for the notes that were sent over. But I think I don't know. Did you see this beef between Bilal Muhammad and Kamaru Usman?
I did. Apparently, it was in person. It was on the podcast. And then Kamaru Usman said, well, it's on site. And then Bilal Muhammad was like, what are you talking about? I'm right here.
I'm right here.
Which was kind of strange. But what was the starting point of the argument?
So they were arguing about how the Leon fight went, and Kamaru said, I dominated Leon like worse than you did. It's, I had a better fight against him than you did. And Bilal said, yeah, but I took the head kick better. And then Kamaru just got like pissed off about that.
It's a fair point. You know what I mean? You can't argue with that. Look, listen, Kamaru Usman's fighting Joaquin Buckley. I understand it's good for him to talk shit to Bilal. That's the champion right now. And I think in Kamaru's mind, he probably still feels like he's the champ, but he just doesn't have the belt. He had a legendary career. Will he become the champion again? I don't know. Has his time passed by? Maybe. Has he lost 3 in a row? Yes, he has. He was very open about that. In fact, it was kind of funny when Izzy, Cejudo, and Kamaru's, they were all sitting there saying, we're all 0-3. And that's just the shitty thing about combat sports, man. Once upon a time, those 3, they were ruling the roost. They're on top of the world. And now they've all lost the last 3 in a row. Doesn't mean that Kamaru couldn't come back, though. Because if you think about it, that fight with Leon, the first one that he had, he was dominating the fight until he got clipped with a head kick, of course. Second fight, kind of close, but Leon won the fight fair and square. And then he fought Khamzat Chimaev on short notice, upper weight class. And arguably, I thought that fight was a draw. I thought round 1 was 10-8, and I thought Kamaru might have stole rounds 2 and rounds 3. So it's not like Kamaru's washed up. Far from it. So you never know, man. A good win over Buckley, and he could be in tight contention next.
Yeah, I feel like, especially for a matchup, like we've never seen Usman versus Muhammad. We've never seen Usman versus Jack Della Maddalena. So certainly you get a win over somebody like Joaquin Buckley, who is making noise and is getting a lot of attention on a big fight card, which I'm sure Atlanta is going to be. You do more of this, building the narrative. Did you see he said that he's going to need security to be around if he runs into Bilal Muhammad at all while Bilal is fighting for a title this weekend?
Yeah, no, I know. But he's just talking tough. He's just talking tough. Speaking of Bilal, though, he does fight this weekend. Chat, let us know who wins MMA for life. Welcome to the club. You are a believer. As I say, you get exclusive access to the Discord if you sign up to the membership program. But in the chat, please. In fact, Brian, put a poll up. Let's ask the people. We can do this when we're live. Put a poll up. Who wins? Jack Della Maddalena or Bilal Muhammad? You picked Jack Della Maddalena on Monday, Harrington.
I said Jack, yes. I'm sticking with it.
I say Bilal, but I don't say that confidently, if I'm honest. I think the reason I think Bilal wins is if you look at Jack's last fight against Gilbert Burns, obviously Jack wins the fight, gets that knockout in the third round, but he did get taken down in every round. He just couldn't control Jack. So Jack was able to get back to his feet. And I just think that Bilal Muhammad, if he gets the takedown, he'll make them count. I don't think he'll be back to his feet quite as quickly. And if Gilbert could take him down like that, I think Bilal could take him down like that. But hey, who knows? It's MMA, man. You just never know. That's why I never bet on MMA. I don't now because we're not allowed and it's illegal. But even when I could, I was never a betting man when it came to MMA because you just don't know.
Yeah, but that's what makes it so fun, Michael. As somebody who bets on it every weekend, I got to tell you, not knowing and just, throwing it out there, shotgunning a 5 or 6, long shot bets on a fight. Ooh, there's nothing like it.
Now, obviously, you're not a guy that's, you're not betting crazy amounts of money. But what's the biggest amount you've ever won?
Oh, the night Pereira beat Izzy. I think I turned like $50 into 2,500 or something.
Oh shit!
That was a pretty good night. Yeah,
that is good. That is good.
I got on Zhang Wei Li the it was either 4th or 5th round submission. That was like $10 to win 500 right there. I was like, okay, well, you get enough of those, you're gonna have a good night.
Okay, so we've got a super chat here from Cam who says, if Buckley beats Usman, does he get a title shot? Or should they make the Ian Gary versus Buckley fight for a #1 contender matchup? Yeah, I think you hit the nail on the head there, Cam. If Buckley beats Usman, yeah, put him against Ian Gary. Even though Ian Gary's there this weekend, if somebody falls out, then of course Ian Gary's going to step in. And I got to say, for all the shit that people talk about Ian Gary, you got to respect that. He just took 2 fights on short notice. He's flown up there now on essentially no notice, and he's willing to step in. I don't think he's going to be used. And I don't know this, but I don't think he'll be next for a title shot either. I know being the backup puts you in good graces. I know winning fights puts you in good graces. But let's remember, there's also a Shavkat Rakhmonov out there as well. And he beat Ian Gary. So if he comes back, he's probably going to be next. And then this sport's all about what have you done for me lately? If Buckley sparks out Kamaru Usman in sensational fashion, he'll get a title fight. So maybe Ian Gary fights Buckley. I don't know.
Well,
what do you think?
Well, the Kamaru Usman scalp is literally bigger than anything Ian Gary has on his roster right now, right? Like Shavkat won the head-to-head. So you figure that, if JDM wins this fight, Islam's probably moving up and fighting JDM next. If Bilal wins this fight, I would assume it's Shavkat next because there is unfinished business there. So either way, I just don't see the path for either of those men to jump right into a title shot. Either of those guys beating the other one, if Usman beats Buckley or if Buckley beats Usman, either one of those guys who should fight Gary, and whoever wins that is the next man up.
Yep. Matt Carney, who's a regular on my YouTube channel. What's up, Matt? He's put a super chat in here. Michael, when fighters find it hard to retire, is it their love and admiration that they miss or the fear and the respect? I would get addicted to the fear. Now, Matt Carney, this guy's always asking deep, meaningful questions, actual real questions, as opposed to some silly nonsense. So when the fighters retire, is it the love and the admiration that they miss or the fear and the respect? I don't think it's either of those things. I mean, obviously, the love of competition. Obviously, there's the paydays, the attention, the admiration, whichever word you want to use. Yeah, there's that as well. But I think it's just having a purpose. because when you're training for a fight, you've got a goal, you've got a mission, and it encompasses your entire life. And then all of a sudden, you're not fighting anymore. And then, maybe you're doing a podcast, maybe even, like I'm commentating as well once or twice a month, but sometimes there's periods where you've got nothing to do and you're like, shit, what do I do with myself? And you think, hold on a minute. I've still got this. You've had 6 months away. You've had a year away. The body's feeling good. The injuries have recovered. And you go down the gym, you hit the bag a little bit. You have a little sparring session. You think, I've still fucking got this. I think that's what it is. I think most of the time, of course, the financial reasons are always there. But just having a purpose and using the skills, what you're good at, I think that's why other fighters tend to come out of retirement. You're muted, Harrington.
Sorry,
I had that. You didn't even have.
It's a classic.
I got a wild mother-in-law screaming in the background.
Mother-in-law's in the house.
So the thing I want to ask, Chael Sonnen put out like a good video once upon a time where he's like, if you're a fighter who's retiring, like watch Michael Bisping, because the day after he retired, he was in the gym 6 a.m. or whatever, like lifting weights, keeping that same regimen and routine and not getting lost in the remember when's or whatever, But I'm wondering if you didn't have the complications with the eye and it being like a thing where it's you don't have the option to go back. If that wasn't the case, would that staying on routine and staying in shape and hitting the bag, like you're saying, like, is that almost a detriment if you want to stay retired?
Yeah, so I mean, I work out every day simply because I love it. I always enjoyed training when I was in camp. I always enjoyed running, and I like to stay in shape. I like to feel good, and I want to be healthy. And obviously, with all the health conditions that I've got, I want to give myself the best chance of living a long, healthy, happy life. And plus, I just enjoy it. And now Rebecca enjoys it as well. So it's good. We get up every day. We go to the gym together. So that's nice. Sometimes I want to strangle her when I'm working out because she takes her time. We do supersets and she's like, I'm going to go to the toilet. And she disappears for 15 minutes. And I'm like, come on, babe, we've got to hurry this up. And she's like, no. So we have little bickers, but most of the time it's fun. But I retired because of my eye, But to be honest, I'd had a long career. I made money. You can't do it forever. So even though I retired because of my eye issue, retirement would have been, maybe I would have had another 5 fights or something like that. But it was coming soon anyway. But I was lucky, and that's very kind of Chael to say that. But as I say, I was kind of forced into retirement. But you got to look after yourself. You want to work out. You want to have a bit of self-respect. You've got to learn to enjoy working out. I love it. And if you don't want to work out because you get bored, get a dog, go for a walk, play a game, play pickleball. That's like the new one that everyone's into. Rebecca and I said we're going to start playing pickleball. I don't think I can play pickleball with one eye, but I'll give it a go. We want to start playing golf, but I can't play golf with one eye either, but I'll give it a go. You ever played pickleball, Harrington?
I have not. I keep trying to. I'm the Rebecca in this situation, I guess, because like we have courts all around us here in Queens, and I keep telling my wife we should go out, and she's like, you couldn't catch me dead doing that. That seems so lame. I'm like, I don't know. It seems fun.
Yeah, no, I know. I'm trying to get us to do something together, like a little bit of a hobby. I want to go to yoga. Because yoga is meant to be really good for your body. Rebecca won't go. And believe it or not, I'm a little bit too, I'm a bit self-conscious to walk into a yoga room by myself. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, because I'm not very flexible and it's going to be full of all these namaste and stuff like that. So I was going to go with Ellie, but she doesn't really go anymore. She's too busy with school and acting training and stuff and horse riding. So I'm trying to get Rebecca to come. But she doesn't want to do yoga. But we'll see what happens. Hyde F10 says, I've been a listener for a long time. Keep up the great content. Well, thank you very much. Adam Rogers is here. He says, in the picture with DDP, someone's lying about their height. You're listed as 6'2" and him at 6'1", but he seems much taller. Yeah, no shit, Adam. That's why I said in that picture, it must have been the angles. I think he was standing a little bit closer to the camera. And to be honest, Rebecca always gives me shit, because she says I'm not 6'2". And maybe I'm not 6'2". Maybe I'm 6'1". I am 6'1", I'd say. But when I was a kid, I was arrested, and at the police station, they said 6'2". That's why I always said 6'2", not because I was trying to steal a fucking inch. You know what I
Stealing
mean?
height valor?
Yeah, no, exactly.
Wait, whoa. You got arrested in the UK and they listed your height at 6'2". They don't do centimeters over there for height?
No, we do feet. Look
You
at that.
do? Oh, okay.
Drickus looks gigantic there, though, doesn't he?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, no, he does. He looks massive. Covert Bets as well says, Bisping, you didn't become the champion until you lost an eye. Do you think other fighters should train Cyclops style to become champs? Well, obviously, the answer to that is no. However, in some ways, that made me train harder because I had no choice, because I knew I was at a disadvantage. So I knew that everything else had to be stepped up a gear. I had to be in the best shape. I had to try and get as technically good at everything I could, because I'm walking in there with one eye. Sometimes I go in the garage now and I hit the bag sometimes. And like just hitting the bag kind of makes me dizzy. You know what I mean? Because I've no depth perception. Everything's 2D. And when the bag's swinging back and forth at you sometimes, it's like, oh, shit. And sometimes I think, how the fuck did I do that back in the day? But I had no choice. Anyway, Brian, what's the answer on the poll? Jack Della Maddalena versus JDM. What are people saying?
With 134 votes in, 55% of people think Bilal wins.
55. All right.
Close. That's coin flip territory.
Not as close as what I would have thought, though, to be honest. Pizza Paul says Christians versus West versus their own. Okay. But not with Islam. Okay. I don't know what you're getting at there. I think we'll okay that one and just move on. Domi says, I need to see Ilya versus Islam. I also think Jones needs to fight already. Feel like Dana gave him all the leverage when he kept glazing him. Yeah, so I think Ilya versus Islam, we're just going to have to wait and see what happens this weekend. I think it's pretty straightforward. If Jack Della Maddalena wins, I think Islam Makhachev will probably go up to 170 pounds, and Ilya Taporia versus somebody like Charles Oliveira, right? What do you think, Harrington?
I've been saying I think it's going to be Ilya versus Patty. I know Arman's there. I know Charlie Olives is there. I just think they're ready to move on. If Islam moves up, they're ready to move on from the legacy of Khabib. Give me two guys who've never fought for the belt before.
I see what you're saying. The problem is, like, if you're running a company like the UFC, right, you need contenders. And Paddy Pimblett right now is a superstar. He proved that he belongs. I mean, he beat the shit out of Michael Chandler. And if Ilya Taporia, who is a superstar, beats Paddy Pimblett, that affects his star power a little bit going forward. And you also erase a contender from the division. You know what I'm saying? So give Ilya somebody like Charles Oliveira, which would be a fun fight. And if Ilya beats him, then down the line, you've got Paddy Pimblett as a defense. You know what I'm saying? So you get more bang for your buck. I wouldn't necessarily, it's not wasting Paddy's potential, but you get more big pay-per-view headliners. You know what I'm saying?
If you build them over time, that makes sense. This is I mean, this is why I've been saying for years, you are going to make a great promoter one day.
Well, let's go. I had some company reaching out recently, actually. I've had two companies reach out, and I'm not interested. But there's a boxing organization. I won't say too much about it. Some boxing organization with big money coming from a country that's in the Middle East and rhymes with Poudy Malabia. and they're running a boxing thing, and they're getting celebrity coaches, and each coach has their own team from their own genre. And yeah, I'm saying too much already, but they've asked me if I want to run my own and manage my own team. So I might do. We'll see what happens. I'm waiting for more details, but I'm like, you do know I'm a mixed martial arts fighter, not a boxer, not a boxing trainer, but fuck it. If the checks are good enough, I'm in.
Yeah, and it's like, look, dude, these guys have been working boxing fundamentals for how long? I mean, you know, Perillo was a boxing guy, and he trained you to an MMA world title. There's no reason you can't do the opposite.
I love that, Harrington. See, number one hype guy right here. Everyone says I pick on Harrington, but not when you come out with lines like that, buddy. Not when you glaze me up good. Come on, buddy. Adam Rogers says I should show more pics from my late teens and early 20s. Late teens, those pictures are almost non-existent because that was the 90s and not everyone had a camera on them. Thank God. You know, when I saw the Eddie Hall thing the other day, and I did feel for him because, you know, it's, it was a shame, right? That wasn't him at his best moment, but I understand why he was pissed off. I get that. But everybody's got the phones in their hand and everybody's filming everything. And I've had times, and I'm sure you've had times, we all lose our shit at times. We've all lost our tempers, you know, and if you've got a profile like Eddie Hall has, or myself, or even you these days, Harrington, if you were flipping out in Times Square, people are going to film you and be like, that's Harrington.
The YouTube video would read crazed homeless man. It would not read Mike Harrington from Believe You Me.
Yeah. No, but I'm just like, thank God. Because when I was a kid, there was so much craziness went on, man. And that stuff was not caught on film. And I know for a fact none of it was caught on film. Now, there is some video footage floating about here and there because camcorders were a thing, but camera phones were not. And I am so grateful for that. Anyway.
Dude, my friends and I were so dumb. We would make audio recordings of the bad things we were doing.
I'd be in jail if everyone had a camera in their pocket when I was a kid.
That's it.
Hold on. Harrington, what bad things were you doing?
So like like when you like give someone like a titty twister until they name 5 cereals, or like I don't know, like little like bullying things like that. Like I'd have that be my outgoing voicemail of like this kid being like, "Ow, name 5 cereals."
Yeah. Well, we'll leave that one there because that wasn't what I was thinking about. I mean, that's very juvenile, very childish.
Very.
Yeah. I thought when you were saying bad things, I thought you meant actual bad things, not innocent little playful stuff. Oh, I gave someone a titty twister and said, name 5 cereals. And like, if that was my son's definition of bad things, I would take him out. I would beat him up. I'm like, you need to get your shit together. Right?
Commit some
because you need to grow up. Commit some real crimes. Go smash a window for crying out loud. What are you doing?
Commit some arson. Do some fucking bullshit,
Burn something down for fuck's sake.
All right, there were some B&Es that would have been filmed.
B&Es? What's a B&E?
Breaking and entering.
Oh, Jesus Christ, Harrington. Now you have to go overboard. Find the middle ground. Anyway, Masters of the Universe Classic says here in the chat, and thank you all for being here, by the way. And this is a good one. And we never did this on Monday's show. What did you think of the boxing last week after Eddie Hearn was slamming MMA so hard beforehand? Because he was. And Ariel Helwani was allowing it. And he was talking all the shit about MMA and how it's kind of dead and it's kind of boring. And then they had that big event in Times Square. Now, I was at the WWE in Des Moines, Iowa. So I never saw it, but I've seen all the backlash. I saw some like sped up version of the Ryan Garcia fight. But apparently the general consensus is that it was kind of a shitty event. The fights were kind of lame and boring, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, I think it got like through Sunday, and people were talking about how of all of these massive events that they've had, what was supposed to be like a crowning weekend for boxing between this one of a kind event Friday night in Times Square, big matches during the day on Saturday, big matches at night on Saturday, and then Inoue on Sunday. And I think we got into the Inoue fight, and none of the big like marquee fights had featured a knockout. It was all decisions. It was all, like the biggest moment that stood out for me was Ryan Garcia getting dropped by somebody who a boxing coach told me earlier that day was just there for a paycheck.
Yeah. And then, of course, obviously, there's all the talk about Ryan Garcia. He was on Osterine, right? He failed the Devin Haney fight for Osterine. And then this time, apparently not on steroids and not being the same fighter. And I saw some content out there online, but it's true. Steroids give you a physical advantage. Steroids give you the ability to recover way quicker. Therefore, you can train hard You know, we've talked about this on the show many times. When you're training for a fight, Monday, you get out of bed, you're full of enthusiasm, you train hard, you run in the morning, you do 2 sessions. Tuesday, you do the same. By Wednesday, oh shit, I got to take it easy today. I'm tired. By Thursday, you're like, your body's falling apart. Friday, you're like, thank God it's the end of the week. When you're on steroids, apparently, because I've never taken them, dickheads, you recover so quick and you don't get sore. So therefore, you can push it each and every single day. But also, people get mentally reliant on them. And I know that for a fact because I've trained with people on steroids. They'll remain nameless, but back in the day, and it wasn't anyone in the UFC, I know for a fact that they were taking a ton of stuff. And when they were on that shit, oh my God, they were unbelievable. They were a real handful to go with. One guy in particular, he was a heavyweight and he was fucking hell, he was crazy. But then when he wasn't on that stuff, he was just so mentally pathetic. He had no confidence. He was weak because it's like he knows he's not on that stuff. That's like his insurance blanket or whatever. He just was not the same guy. And he did actually end up fighting in the UFC. And that's how I know how shit he was, because he had to come off all of that stuff, signed with the UFC, and got knocked out by somebody that most of you won't have ever even heard of. And this guy was a really, really good fighter. So anyway, we've got some good super chats. Oh, no, I'll tell you after. And I took a lot of satisfaction.
I also just right before we get off it, I heard with Austrian, I did read something that like it will actually give you a stronger jaw. And they were showing like, you know, side by side, the shot he took from Haney, which was way more flush than the shot he took. Like it was an almost identical left hand. It did not hit nearly as flush, and it floored him in the Rolly Romero fight. And they were saying that Austrian will like, it'll literally make like the muscle in your jaw like more dense so you can take a punch easier.
Really?
I'd show it, but boxing stinks for that.
Yeah, fair enough.
Where is it here? I just saw something. Michael I says, can we squash the beef with MMA Guru? First of all, there's no beef with MMA Guru. Second of all, I first became aware of MMA Guru when he did a video called Michael Bisping is too retarded to be a UFC commentator, right? It got sent to me. Okay. And it was quite a scathing video, mind you. And I was sat there and I watched it and I was like, who the fuck is this guy? So I left a little comment and said, oh, well, I clearly annoy you. Sorry, buddy. I just signed another 4-year deal. So get used to my face.
That was the first time I saw him.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, and then of course he did a whole fucking video about it and this and that and all the rest of it. So forgive me if I didn't take kindly to somebody doing a video like that. Other than that, I've got no beef with him at all. I actually find him to be kind of amusing, find him very funny. I've seen some of his impressions that he does because the algorithm throws something up at me, some video, and it was him doing like impressions of Mark Goddard and stuff like that. And it was fucking funny. It was. I think I even left a comment, to be fair. So anyway, whatever. There you go, Michael. No beef on this end, you know. Peace and love. Peace and love to one and all. Now, Harrington, on the other hand, Harrington's got beef with people.
I don't have beef, man. It's a friendly thing of like, if you're going to talk shit on the internet, I know a place where guys who talk shit on the internet can go hit each other. You know what I mean? Like I said, yeah, for friendly, whatever. Let's, forget it. Let's box it out. The guy's apparently 6'2", 220, 230, whatever.
You talking
big
about
boy.
that hot dog hider you're beefing with on Twitter?
Yeah, I'm talking about everybody, but I think what Bisping's talking about is my first introduction to Guru is somebody clipped him talking shit about me, I believe. And I said, I will fuck him up. I'll go fight that guy. And then very quickly, his fans like all fucking scurried away and screenshotted it and sent it to him. And he's like live on YouTube, just making, talking shit about me. But I have absolutely no beef with Guru. I think he's funny. And I'll be honest, he's one of the best journalists in MMA. The Ariel, other guys talk about being incredible journalists in this space.
Whoa. Ariel's won the Fighters Only Award. 14 times in a row.
Okay.
How
many?
I feel like
the Fighters Only
award.
The fighters, guys, the fighters only award. Okay, he's won that. Never mind your Pulitzers. I don't want to start a whole beef with Ariel. We better leave that there.
No, obviously he should be the winner of Fighters Only. Fighters Only should definitely recognize Ariel Helwani.
Yeah, well, I've won Analyst of the Year, I think about 6 years in a row or something, but I never mention it apart
Segway
from
of
just
the year.
then. Segway.
BYM Trivia Champion of the Year.
Jesus Christ, keep it going.
2023. There's other things.
There is other things. I'm going to tell you something right now, what I'm experiencing this very second, and you don't want to know it. I think my dog has done a shit in this room.
Oh, no.
I swear
New
to God, I
dog?
smell dog shit so bad. Because the new dog, the German Shepherd, he's got a butt issue, right? Remember? Same as my old German Shepherd, and he's on medication for it. And she just changed his food. Or maybe he's done it out there. I don't know, but I can smell dog shit. Anyway, we might need to edit that bit out. Bisping's house smells of dog shit. It does right now, okay? Oh, dear. Anyway, what's going on in the MMA world, Harrington? I know you haven't done notes for today, but do we have any topics or any questions? And I see a few people, by the way, jumping on, becoming members and jumping on the Discord. So thank you all very much for that. We will be active on that, and we will be doing some members only stuff as well, some little snippets that you'll only get access to if you're a member. So please jump on in. It's only 99 cents. Holy shit, it's nothing.
Callum needs gas money.
He does need gas money. And do you know what I'm terrified of?
What's that?
Lucas is 15 next week.
Ooh.
Legal age to drive in America. Well, 15 and a half. And he
Really?
says,
You
he
can get your permit
swears.
at 15 and a half?
Well, you're the American. You tell me.
I had to wait until my
14.
16th birthday to take my permit test.
Some places you can get your permit at 14.
Wow.
Yeah. Anyway, Lucas swears blind that he's going to get his driver's license ASAP. You know, and he will. He will. He's that type. He's very driven. Which terrifies me. Not because he's going to be behind the wheel, because then that means 5 cars that I'm paying for, that I'm putting gas in, that I'm paying insurance on, because Callum and Elliott are both at college. You know what I mean? So they're on a free ride right now, but I'm like, holy shit, 5 cars, 5 lots of gas, 5 lots of insurance, 5 lots of registration. Jesus Christ. Keep those super chats coming in. Fucking right. I'm
that
coming
Saudi
out of
Arabia
retirement.
deal's looking all right.
Fucking hell. What's the big stories coming out of Montreal this week for UFC 315?
Well, I saw this one I thought was pretty funny. Colby Covington was running around the UFC Performance Institute hiding Bilal Muhammad's food. Bilal was informed about this, and he said, "Hey, dummy, I'm in Montreal for the week. What the hell are you doing?"
Oh, my God. Oh, really?
How corny is that, dude?
I know, because I did see a clip and I just kind of went right past it, Colby hiding the food or whatever. And I just thought, well, number one, it's just kind of childish. And then secondly, to backfire, he's not even there. Oh, God. It's like, who said this? Let me know, chap. He's reaching for those grapes. He's reaching for those grapes, and that grapes is starting to taste like some nice cheese and wine.
Nope.
Yeah,
Come
I'm
on.
lost.
You've never seen the Tito Ortiz clip?
Oh, man.
He's reaching for those
Sure I
grapes.
Yeah.
He's reaching for those grapes, and those grapes are starting to taste like cheese and wine. See, look, the chat knows it.
My favorite Tito line is when he said, "I definitely want to outlive my kids."
Oh,
I
no, I
that's
know.
one of my favorite ones.
Every parent wants to outlive their kids.
Oh, dear. Hey, good old Tito. God bless him. God bless him. So, yeah, all right. The press conference is later today for UFC 315, and we were going to do this after the press conference because it'd give us some stuff to talk about. Well, first of all, I'm taking Rebecca out tonight. We're going to a thing called Candlelight Concerts. It's at the Nixon Library, and they're going to be doing, it's like an orchestra, and they're doing all the hits of Hans Zimmer.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. It's a really, the library is fantastic. It's a beautiful venue, and the music's really good. And they put concerts on all over the place. And we wanted to go to one for a while. And a couple that I'm friends with, they were going. So we're going with them, and then we're going to go out and have a nice little steak. So first of all, that's the main reason we had to do it now. But also, I don't think the press conference is necessarily going to be like a banger. And what I mean by that is everyone's really respectful. You know, if you got Paddy Pimblett and people like that, or Conor McGregor, people that like to talk shit, you know, you're going to get some wild, explosive stuff. But I think, to be honest, Jack Della Maddalena is so chill. You know, I don't think there's going to be any argy-bargy, no arguments, no shit talk. Yeah, Bilal Muhammad's going to be confident. Yes, Jack Della Maddalena will probably say that he feels like he's going to knock him out, but he'll say it in a very laid-back kind of way. Valentina Shevchenko, the legend that she is, she never talks shit. You know what I mean? She's very, very confident. Manon Fiorot is a tremendous fighter, but I don't think we're going to see fireworks. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, fuck it, let's just do it early.
I'll be honest with you, though. This is a new Jack Della Maddalena that I've ever seen on the mic. He was asked by a reporter. He was asked by a reporter yesterday, like, hey, you know, if you win this fight and you're making big money on fights and stuff, like, you know, are you finally going to get the nose fixed? And he just looked like, huh. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see, man. And then very quietly, you can hear him be like, good one. You know what I mean? Like, you stink. Like, it was just a pissed off Jack Della Maddalena. I've never seen it. He's usually like very jokey, very chill, going back and forth with these guys. He seems like a little meaner coming into this fight week. Maybe I'm reading a little bit too much into it, but that's just what I saw.
Oh, who knows? I just texted Rebecca. I said, I smell dog shit. Come here. Right. So I want to see what she says. We'll get her on camera for a second. Have a drink on me. Thank you, Tap Tap Revolution. Cam's back with a super chat as well. Put this towards getting Lucas a Hellcat. Well, thank you, Cam. He ain't getting a Hellcat for his first car. That's for damn sure. Rebecca's on her way down now. But yeah, look, listen, Jack Della Maddalena is great. He doesn't say too much. He's a very quiet guy. That's just his personality. But in the ring, he's brilliant. He is. His boxing is beautiful. I watched the fight with Gilbert Burns back the other day. You know, very, very impressive. Yeah, he was taken down every round, like I say. He was controlled a little bit as well, but he defended all the positions. He escaped and then, of course, got that finish in the third round. I just think with Bilal Muhammad being the way that he is, the way that he pushes the pace, never gets tired, the wrestling that he has. You know, we talked about this a bit on Monday, but that's why I've got Bilal Muhammad. I just think, I mean, you never know. I mean, Jack could catch him. Jack could catch him with an uppercut. I mean, the world would rejoice. Go on.
I just think, you know, yeah, Bilal can keep taking you down, but I think Jack, you know, Bilal can take him down 10 times. I think Jack can get up 11, you know, like he seems like the type where, like, you know, Bilal's style is meant to drain a gas tank. And I don't know. I'll believe Jack can be broken when I see it. But up until now, you know, I genuinely don't think that man's ever going to quit on himself.
Rebecca, come here. What's going on?
Well, I was going to say,
what?
Oh, yeah, Rebecca.
Just come and say hi. No, I'm not coming. There is dog poo out there? There is dog poo. Turn this light out, babe. We don't want to see the stick man in full effect. Sorry, I was listening. We have had an emergency situation. If I turn that light back on, I'll look even more attractive than what I usually am. Babe. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Sorry, Harrington. What was that final part you said? I was dealing with dog poo. Forget it.
No, what I was going to say is I was completely pivoting to something new and different. So Dricus Duplessis says it was satisfying to see Bo Nickel getting humbled by Renier de Ritter. I don't like the way that he put it here, though.
Yeah, Brian, we got a video of that. Let's hear it, because the way that Dricus explains it, I kind of get it. I understand what he's saying. Yeah, as I said, Brian, I just sent you an email with it before. So Dricus is talking about Bo Nickel, and here we go.
I have no problem with Bo Nickel's hype. What I do have a problem with was he was talking about people who has done what he's never done. He became a 3-time NCAA champion, if I'm not mistaken. Well, I mean, this is not wrestling. This is not wrestling, my good man. And he found out that the hard way.
Yeah.
I think he thought he was going to walk through Renier. I thought Renier had a beautiful game plan. You got to be careful how you talk in this game. You start talking when you get there. You start talking, you know, the guys that he's fought nobodies.
Yeah.
In terms of being able to talk and then going and saying the championship fight was shit. These guys can't wrestle. That's not that impressive, that win. Well, I mean, Humble Pie does wonderful things for a man. And I think he got served 4 pies, full pies, full of them. It was satisfying. It was satisfying to watch because you can't just disrespect the people who've done what you wish you could do. You know, he had this aura of, I am champion. Nobody can out-wrestle me. I can out-wrestle anybody. I'm just so... And he was talking about wrestling. This is not wrestling. This is fighting. And in my honest opinion, that knee, it was a proper knee. Bo Nickel gave up. Bo Nickel was broken mentally. That's why he took a knee. He wasn't dropped by the knee. The knee caught him. It was a good knee. But if you're going down for knees like that, good luck at the top because the shots
Brian.
are...
I mean, the main point that he brings up there is that this is fighting and it's not wrestling, right? And they are very, very different sports. And just because you're a good wrestler doesn't mean you're going to be successful in mixed martial arts. Just because you are taking people down on the wrestling mats doesn't mean you can take people down, by the way, in mixed martial arts either. I trained with some really, really high level wrestlers, and against the fence, they couldn't take me down. You know, because there's that whole game that they don't know how to play against the fence. Cage wrestling, fence wrestling, whatever you want to call it, it doesn't exist in wrestling. Yeah, of course, there's takedowns that you can implement, but just that little thing of getting the hands together behind the ass, that isn't a thing in wrestling, you know what I mean? And if you know how to whizzer and play the underhooks and all the rest of it, you can hang out there all day. And I don't give a shit what DC says, because I've done it on both sides. DC always says it's harder work for the guy defending takedowns. No, it's not. The person that's trying to take someone down against the fence, I can hang out there all day, leaning on the fence, just doing underhooks, and that person gets absolutely exhausted, you know? Anyway, Oban Elliott just messaged me.
Oh, yeah?
He said he'll jump on. He's just finished on the mats. That was the shortest training session known to man. I mean, I said we'll have him on. We should say yes, and then last minute say, "Oh, sorry, mate, we can't have you now."
I forgot we're in France.
Brian, if you see him backstage, let me know.
We'll do. I just sent an email to Azamat too.
Yeah, no worries.
I had a bit of an issue with what DDP said when he said Bo hasn't fought anyone. Paul Craig has literally been in the UFC fighting only elite level guys for the better part of the last decade. DDP can't say that. Yes, he's gotten to the championship level, but I've seen guys get to the championship level and they're gone within 2-3 years. Paul Craig has had lasting staying power among the top of the division for a very long time. To call him an absolute nobody feels pretty disrespectful in my mind.
I understand your point. I think there's probably a little bit from Dricus' side. Obviously, he's come up. He's become the champion. He's beaten everyone. And then when you've got somebody like Bo Nickel out there, that is so confident and matter of fact that they're going to take what you've worked so hard to achieve. They're going to take it so easily, and they say it so nonchalantly as if it's just given. Then, yeah, that's going to piss you off a little bit and evoke a bit of an emotional response. So I think for Dricus, he was like trying to dismiss what he's done because of that. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think, I know it would for me. If I was the champion of the world and some young kid was coming in from the wrestling world and saying, yeah, I'm going to have that belt, and I think I'll have the 205 belt as well, and fuck it, I might go up to heavyweight and become a 3-weight division champion, I would say, get your shit together. That is the thing. And I'm seeing this more and more these days. I saw one today. Young people getting into the sport and saying that they're going to take over the sport. Because, yeah, Conor McGregor did it. Yes, Elliott to a certain degree has also done that. And yes, with social media, when you say inflammatory things and you get headlines and you blow up and you get attention and you can back it up, then that's fantastic. But also, where's a little bit of humility? I always was confident in winning my fights. I never once, as soon as I got in the UFC, was like, hey, guys, I'm the captain now. right? There's a new boss in town. Just you fucking wait. I was like, yeah, I think I can win this fight. And, hopefully after a couple of years, maybe I'll find myself in a title fight situation. And, mark my words, I'm going to fucking try as hard as I can. But young kids now are just giving it, I'm going to be the man. I'm taking over. This is my sport. It's like, dude, do you know how hard it is? And do you know what a dick you are going to look if it all comes crashing down? Now, Bo Nickel, by the way, I'm not talking about him. I'm not saying that his world has come crashing down. I think he's going to learn from that. He's going to come back a better fighter. There's two paths. One, this is the best thing to ever happen to him. It makes him realize his shortcomings and makes him realize that he's got to step everything up, which is what a loss should do to a real man, to a real fighter. That's how you deal with a loss. Yeah, it pisses you off. You have your process. For me, that was hang out with the boys, have a few beers, party for a few days, and just forget all about it, and then get back in the gym and say, right, fuck, shit. What do we do? How do we correct this? Or he goes, I didn't like that. This isn't for me. And we'll see what he does. And I'm not saying that he retires straight away, or maybe he has one or two more fights and then slowly gets phased out, or he comes back like an absolute monster. And I think it's going to be that one, because to reach the level that he did in wrestling, people forget this. That isn't easy. That the competition you're going against is insane. The mental toughness that you have to have just to get through those training sessions, is unreal. The pressure that is on you, but it does change it when you're getting punched in the face, or as it were, kneed in the stomach.
Yeah, and I mean, somebody like Bo, right? Like, he was elite in his wrestling days. His freestyle record is 28-10. Like, he has 10 losses. In the NCAA, he got to 120 wins, but he picked up 3 losses along the way. So it's like, this is not somebody, yes, he was undefeated.
Whoa. He went 120-3?
Yeah.
Oh, God. That's pathetic. He won 120 matches at the highest level. And along the way, in the time it took for 120 matches, he lost 3.
Yeah.
I don't even know why we're talking about this guy, Harrington.
It's overrated from the jump. I'm just
Jesus Christ.
I'm making the point that these guys, these wrestlers, especially with their schedule and as grueling and as demanding and as, in high school, you're bouncing between 2 and 3 different weight classes. I think he's accustomed to, I'm not going to say he's accustomed to losing, but he's accustomed with the concept of losing and bouncing back and coming better, becoming better off of a loss. And I think he said all the right things, since the RDR loss. And, let's be honest, this guy was a 2-weight division champion in another organization, not a loss to be ashamed of.
Someone says here, Mark Gonzalez in the chat says, I knew that Bo was cooked when Brendan Shaw blocked him. That's actually pretty funny. I'll tell you what else is funny. Oban Elliott, he'll be jumping on in just a second. So if you have any questions for him, let us know in the chat. Harrington, stick around, ask questions, jump in, jump out, do whatever you want. 100 matches of kids with hand-picked opponents. And obviously those were biased matches, just pushing the local kid as something that he never was. That isn't the case. That isn't the situation in wrestling. P. Harrison, welcome to the club. You are a believer. You will be in the exclusive Discord. And then someone says 120 matches and he can't even throw a punch. Come on, he can throw a punch. He's done pretty good stuff. Anyway, let's get off Bo Nickel. What else is going on, Harrington?
Yuri Prohaska is insistent on continuing to do anything but get in an octagon to train.
Hey, yeah, I want to see this. I haven't seen this.
Fakt, sakra, chci uplamat 30 metrů pod vodou prostě.
Davy, dobře. Jiří.
Bylo to těch 30? Jo? 30.
All right, call me That didn't look like 30 meters.
It
That looked
did
like
seem a little short.
the holes seemed like 2 meters apart from each other. The footage underwater, he was swimming around, and that scares the shit out of me, by the way. But anyway, we'll pick up that conversation later. It's just been rudely interrupted by the one, the only, the Welsh gangster. Mr.
What's
I'm
happening,
late.
big man?
Mr. I'll show up
Oh.
whenever I want. Mr. Dusseldorf himself. What's going on, Oban?
What's happening? I'm sorry, mate. I got the fucking times all fully wrong. Fully wrong. I totally forgot that it's a fucking hour ahead here. So I was, yeah. And then when I got to the gym, they said, no, you're training now. Get on the mat. I have to run straight on.
Mate,
So.
as you can see, you FaceTimed me when I was doing my red light therapy.
I know.
Doing my wellness.
Flexing and all that.
Oban. Normally,
I've
after
seen
I
you.
work out, I like to do my red light therapy, then I do my sauna, then I do my cold plunge. Because of you, I didn't sauna today. Okay,
Oh,
so
fuck. I'm sorry, mate. I'm sorry.
I'm a little
sorry.
pissed off, Oban.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
So
How
listen,
are you, big man?
I'm good, mate. Good. Don't be silly. Nothing to apologize for. I'm joking. What's that on
Boss.
your eye, Oban? You were going to wear sunglasses, you said.
No, I had a fingernail. I chucked the plaster on it. I haven't even had time to have a shower yet. So I just had a little, just to stop infection. I put this good. It's like this. It's really sticky plasters. So it's better to take it off in the shower.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
So what are you doing in Dusseldorf? Obviously, you're training for your next fight. Who's the opponent?
Ramiz Brahimaj. I don't know how you say his name.
Ramiz Brahimaj.
Brahimaj. Yeah, good fight.
Yeah.
It'll be a good fight.
Yeah, looking forward to it. Well, where's that one taking place?
Apex, Vegas.
What's the date?
May the 31st.
Oh,
So 3 weeks. 3 weeks Saturday.
Oh shit! I'll be there next weekend, but not for the 31st, sadly.
Nah, it's all right, mate. It's all right. Yeah, it'll. How long did I find out about this now? 8 weeks, I think. But I've obviously been getting ready for a date all year. Do you know what I mean? I've been working hard.
Mate, you look ripped already.
Right time.
The face is very lean.
Yeah, my weight's good. It's everything's because I've been training so hard for so long. It's like everything is it's like I was fight ready when I got the fight date. So it's just been a case of just dialing everything up. I'm ready to go now. Just keeping sharp, injury free.
Assuming you get this win, what will that be? Will that be 4 in a row?
It'll be 4 in a row in the UFC, but 9 in a row on my record. So it's a good streak I've got, at the minute. But every fight is just like I don't even give that like a second thought really. Each fight is just a fresh start, Just like when the champion says, I'm not defending the belt, I'm fighting for a new one. I just see it as that. I just don't want to put pressure on myself as far as the street's concerned. Just keep getting better and focus on each fight at a time. And fucking hell, before you know it, I'm nearly 10 in a row. Do you know what I mean? It's flown. So
yeah.
Well,
that's how you've got to look at it, Oban. You just look at it as one fight at a time. Never mind trying to think of how do I get to a title fight and all the rest of it. You take it one step at a time. You beat the next guy in front of you. You do all the work. You leave no stone unturned. You show up the best version of yourself. Believe in yourself. Whoop some fucking ass. And then the opportunities keep coming along. And then you will find yourself fighting for that belt that's on the line this weekend. Bilal Muhammad, Jack Della Maddalena. How do you see that one going down?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, with Jack, it's like, how is he gonna deal with Bilal's pressure with the takedowns? Bilal is a nightmare to fight, as he's proven. I don't know. Unless Jack catches him, I can't see Bilal losing a decision. You know what I mean? He loves a decision. I love a decision actually.
Well, listen, it doesn't matter. I mean, as long as you get the win.
Yeah,
I mean, I get it.
Exactly.
That's why people shit all over Bilal. And it's a shame. Have you met Bilal?
I met him in where did I meet? For my UFC debut in Anaheim.
Right.
Yeah, he was sound in the coffee queue. We had a little chat. He had his sunglasses on. He was sound.
He always has the sunglasses on.
Yeah.
He's a very nice guy. He's very funny. Me and Felder were talking about this on Monday. But because of the lack of finishes, people do talk a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So,
but the thing is, people, you're in the fucking UFC at the end of the day, and finishing, yeah, it's not always there. You know what I mean? And if you're going out there and you're winning, it's fucking. I think I had 6 decisions in a row before my last fight. It goes like that sometimes. You know what I mean?
yeah. Who cares? Don't worry about it. As long as you're winning
Yeah.
and you're being entertaining, which you are doing. So, Oban,
Yeah.
outside of training, what's going on in your life, mate?
To be honest, mate, there's trying to fucking navigate everybody talking a different language every day at the minute. That's about outside. It's fucking hard work. Like German, Russian, fucking. I think Russian, Dutch. I've been training in Holland as well, so it's fucking. I'm on Google Translate trying to figure out the sat nav in the car to make sure I'm going the right place. Yeah, but I've just been eat, sleep, train, repeat. That's why I come out here to Germany. Coming to the end of 4 weeks. Just fucking got my head down, away from everybody, on my own, just grinding.
So away from all distractions, away from all
Yeah.
like your old friends that are kind of like
Yeah.
maybe trying to, obviously they want the best for you, but they also want their mates. They want Oban. They want you down the pub, or they want you hanging out and being friends with them. So you got to stay away from all those distractions, right?
Yeah, well, of course, and I've always done a pretty good job of that. Like, if I didn't get fucking sucked into it, at 18, 19, 20, if I survived them years, kind of thing. I turned professional when I was 20, so I've always done a good job of like staying away from the bad influences, and unfortunately, all my mates are bad influences. Like fucking Martin.
Martin Hot Pie.
Hot Pie, yeah. It's his
Yeah.
it's his stag do in Mumbai, and he arranged
Oh no, I
it.
saw that because
Yeah.
your mate made me follow
Yeah.
him on Instagram. I gave him a follow. So
Which
now
one
we're
was
in
this? Hot Pie.
Hot Pie. Yeah, I see him.
Yeah.
I see him. So I've seen him. They're all on business class flying off to
Yeah,
Mumbai.
and
I know all about it.
I booked the fucking. When did he arrange this now? September last year. So then we booked the flights December. So I booked business class with all the boys, and I couldn't even fucking go on. I was ringing British Airways. Can we do this? You can't change your name, the name on the flight, in case of death, because I was trying to get one of the boys to buy it off me. You can't. The only way I could have done it is with a fake fucking medical doctor's note, and it would have rescheduled a trip to Mumbai. And I said, but I'm never gonna go to Mumbai. We'll just have to lose the money. 1,500 quid down a pan.
Oh man. Listen, the bigger
This.
question here. Who the fuck goes to Mumbai on a stag do?
Oppay. You met him.
Why? Why are you going to Mumbai on your stag do?
I think his missus is Indian, but then I'm pretty sure she's not Indian. It's like a different nationality. But he said it's that's just what he's like. That's just typical him. The party capital of India, and they're all just in these shacks drinking out of bottles. Like, but fucking power to them. I'm glad I'm not there though.
Get yourself to Ibiza. You know what I mean?
He wouldn't have done that. That's not contrary enough, so we can write on Facebook how fucking important he is.
Yeah. By the way, for anyone that doesn't know, this is one of his friends that I met after UFC London. Very, very nice guy, and messages me and DMs me constantly on Instagram. I'm gonna have to unfollow him. So
why is he? He doesn't tell me he messages you. Why the fuck?
No, he doesn't. He doesn't. I'm joking. I'm joking.
Right,
I'm joking.
Good. He's a nuisance, man. He's a nuisance.
So you're enjoying this UFC run, right? This new life that you've built for yourself, Oban.
Yeah, I mean, it's weird how it's just like, you probably went through this. It just becomes like, how can I say? You were a fan of it for all your life, and then you eventually get there, and then now it's just, I'm focusing on the task at hand each time. It's like that kind of, the glitz and the glam of it all doesn't really, it just goes on my head now, and I'm just working. I don't want this life to change, I have nightmares that it all gets taken from me, and I wake up like, oh fuck, thank God, you know, and it motivates me to keep working, to keep getting better, to make sure it never changes. I want to be in the UFC until I'm retired. You know, I never want to go backwards. I always want to go forwards, and the only way to do that is to keep winning. So I just got to keep getting better and keep winning. There's killers in front of me. Ramirez is a killer. He doesn't want to lose. You know, he's gonna come to fight. He's gonna come to win. But I just gotta want it more than all of them put together, and I think I do.
Yeah, well, we were talking a little bit about this the other day, and I went through exactly the same thing. You know, I mean, you know, like most fighters, working class people, life wasn't easy, life wasn't tough, money was tight. You know, we could go on all day. Then you start getting success. People know who you are. You know, you're getting stopped in the street for pictures and whatnot. All of a sudden, you've got money in the bank and life is good. And you're doing something, never mind just the money and or recognition, you're doing something you love. You know what I mean? I remember going to the factories and working and clocking in, doing jobs that I fucking hated. I used to love going to the gym, jumping on a plane, flying to Las Vegas, kicking someone's ass on TV. Yeah, the money's great. It removes all the stress. But all of a sudden, I'm living the life that I feel that I was always destined to, and I'm a happy man. And, you know, you're worried that this is just going to be a little blip on the timeline of your life.
Yeah, you think like, when's this going to end? You know, like, you just ride in the lightning bolt. You just ride in the lightning bolt, and you just got to take it in while it's here. But at the same time, you got to, it's nothing really prepares you for it until you get there. You know, like just being in it and fucking on, coming up nearly 2 years in the UFC. Like, what the fuck? It's crazy. It's crazy.
I know you've been struggling with it a little bit, right? What's like been the weirdest thing for you?
Just how normal it's all become. Yeah, just how normal it's all become, I think. Yeah, like how normal it is talking to you now. Like, fuck it, just all of it. Like, fucking hell. Like, imagine I'm 27 now. So then for 20 years, it was all a dream and a fantasy. So then, boom, it's your life. And it's just like, fucking hell. Everything I used to, it would be all I ever dreamed of on a daily basis. Like you say about in the factories and doing the shit jobs. Like that is what would get me through that day. And then that's what would get me through day to day, week to week, and just chasing a dream. And then obviously I haven't achieved everything I want to achieve, but before you know it, it's there. So then all you're thinking of is just one, I don't know. Fuck knows. I don't know how I'm meant to deal with it, but I do. I just train. So,
but just like your fights, just like your career, take it one step at a time. Just you'll figure it out, mate, and it'll become. You know, I still even think for me now, it doesn't feel normal. You know, when people, you know, I go all over the world and people recognize me and say, "Oh shit, Bisping" or whatever. It still feels weird now. You don't really get used to it, but you know, you will. It will become more normal to you. But as long as you keep your head down and you keep training hard and don't let it go to your head. You know, anytime it goes to your head, that's when you stop training. That's when you start to become a little entitled, a little bit privileged. And that's when people start to turn on you as well. You know, no one wants to see some privileged little dickhead.
No. Like how I can say it as well is people say to me, like my friends, my family, or some person I've just met, you're so down to earth. And I'm not saying like I've had this massive fucking celebrity, I don't know, like I'm all of a sudden a millionaire or whatever. But like, they say, you're so down to earth, even though what's going on in your life, like how well you're doing. And I'm like, yeah, of course, I haven't changed at all since I was, 15, 16. But then by not changing, that also like makes the problem in your head, because I haven't changed, because I still think I'm that 16-year-old, yet everything about my life is completely different. Like that's where the challenge comes in. Maybe if I believed in my own bullshit and thought I was this entitled prick you just spoke of, perhaps I would just prance around like my shit doesn't stink, but I don't. I'm still
Yeah, but
me.
the thing is, though, I mean, you're not from a small town. Merthyr Tydfil isn't exactly a big place, but it's not a tiny little town. But when you've just got that working class mentality, it's hard to change.
Yeah,
It's
it's hard
ingrained.
to.
I don't think you'll ever change, mate.
No, I won't. No, I know. I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing.
I was going to say, people say to me all the time, "Oh, you've changed." I'm like, really? I wish I fucking could. I wish I could, mate. I've been trying for 46 years. I feel sorry for my missus.
Oh, fair play to her. Fuck, you know.
Yeah.
Fair play
What's
to
going
her.
on in your love life? You got a girlfriend these days, right?
Yeah, it's the same. I'm sure you know, fucking same old bullshit when you're in fight camp. It's fucking
No, it's a headache, man.
Headache, yeah.
Well, especially with you being away in Germany, then you're going to fly off to
But that's
Las
why
Vegas.
I come to Germany to get away from all the fucking arguing every day. I mean, I still get it now. I still get it now. Just fucking paragraphs. Oh, fuck.
You probably just had 5 messages whilst we've been doing this podcast.
Nah, I wouldn't have because my number's blocked at the minute. I wouldn't have had a fucking message yet.
Oh, shit. Well, I didn't mean to open a can of worms.
Nah, you fucking did, mate. That's right.
No, I didn't. If I did, I'd bring up some of the stuff you were telling me in London.
Mate, fuck it. Yeah. Oh, well, yeah, that's it. Dig my fucking grave, mate. Nice one.
No. I'm joking. I'm joking. Oh, shit. Harrington, jump on, mate. Jump on. Our producer, Mike Harrington, is a big fan of the Welsh gangster. Harrington, jump on. Join the chat, buddy.
Mike Harrington.
What's up, Oban? How you doing, sir?
Well, so you do all the hard work to make this show take off and run smoothly then?
Bisping that's the long-haired dude in the back.
There's another one. There's another one. Oh, what's happening?
We're chilling, dude.
Nice. What's happening, Mike?
Not too much, man. Just just being a father and looking forward to fights this weekend.
Good man. Yeah, it's a good card.
Will you be staying up to watch this fight? I mean, I know that when I was fighting at 185, anytime Anderson Silva, because he was the long-time champ, anytime he fought, I always made a point of staying up. And listen, it's a pain in the ass in the UK, and I know you're in Germany. But when he was fighting, I would stay up to watch it because obviously that's who I wanted to fight. Is that how you are, or will you catch it in the morning because of training?
To be honest with you, I'll catch it in the morning. If Ramirez was fighting, I'd watch it. Do you know what I mean? Nah. Because I did it the other week. When did I do it the other week? Oh, when I watched Conor Benn Eubank, and then I couldn't sleep after the show. I watched Ian Gary fight Prates, and then the next day I was fucked, and then Monday I was fucked. I'm like, I'm not doing that again.
Yeah,
it's a nightmare.
Yeah. No, it is a nightmare. I remember doing that sometimes. I remember Anderson Silva. I stayed up to like 5:30 a.m. I forget who it was. He knocks him out with like the first kick he threw or something. There was no fight whatsoever. I went to bed. Rebecca wakes up. She's like, "Oh, was it a good fight?" I'm like, "No, it was shit. One shot. I'm never doing that again."
Was it Vitor front kick?
Yeah, it might have been Vitor. I forget who it was though, but it was over quick. It was over. Yeah. But anyway, any questions for Oban, Mike Harrington?
I'm not there. There's not much going. There's not much going on in the chat right now. I guess me personally, my biggest question is like, what is it like having somebody like Chael Sonnen having your back and very early on in your career saying like, yo, this is the next guy, and being like a real mouthpiece for you early in your UFC run?
Fucking nuts, to be honest with you. Just like same as exact same. The exact same way I feel about Chael backing me is the same way about Bisping. It is bizarre. It is bizarre. It's like it's so nice. And I've got used to it now. But initially, like when I had my debut, oh my god, it's just overwhelming. And straight away from my first fight, like I've got the backing of legends of the game. It was. To be honest with you, it was probably put more pressure on me, especially on the fight day, because I was like, this could go so well, or this could just fucking fall flat on his face. And it wasn't just, you know what I mean? It wasn't just a fight that was going under the rug. It was like, there was like I don't know. The pot of gold was there. It could be absolutely perfect. It was like a poetic fucking debut, or it could go horribly wrong. But it was the fact it's all worked out so far, and I've settled in, and I've got the backing of people like that. It's just fucking insane.
How did that all come together with you and Chael?
When I was a kid, it was after your fight with him, actually, when he was getting the rematch. When he was getting the rematch to fight Anderson, and I really wanted Chael to win, so I was like, "Oh, come on, fucking
right, yeah." After he beat me,
yeah. Well, of course, if he's beating you, then fucking come on, he's got to be the one to beat Anderson, obviously. And I messaged him on Twitter. It was Twitter, like fucking hell. And he messaged me back, but I couldn't reply to it. He said, "Good man, chase your dreams. Chase your dreams, pal." And I thought, fucking hell, I got a message off Chael. I was 14. And then, I'd show all the boys, and then I'd show them again, and I'd show them, and that was 2012. And then in 2021, Cage Warriors posted a video of me, like talking down the mic, and they tagged Chael in the. Was it Cage Warriors, or was it? It was just somebody, and they tagged Chael in the tweet saying, "Oh, what do you think of this?" And I saw he liked the tweet, and that was the next time. So what? 9 years later, I saw he like interacted with the tweet. So I thought, fucking hell. I posted the message of what he sent me, replying, and he replied back, and fucking wrote, "Oh, I'm always watching you," and everything. And then my UFC debut, I did the Aerial show, and Aerial got a video message of Chael wishing me luck.
Did you know, by the way,
yeah.
Ariel won the Fighters Only Journalist of the Year award like 15 times?
Fighters Only.
Did you know that?
What, Aerial won? Was it the Fighters Only?
15 times. Anyway,
Yeah.
carry on.
Yeah, fuck it, you're a bastard, like, fair play.
Not once.
No, yeah, 15.
Fucking 15.
Yeah, fucking brilliant. I'll text him. I'll text him after saying, "Mike, just proper fanboying over you on the show."
But go on. You were saying.
And he got the video message, and then said, "I'll be watching," and that. And I did my fight. I won the fight, and the UFC took me up to ESPN to meet Chael. Yeah, just the most.
Shit.
So what are we talking now? 12 years after he messaged me, I meet him making my UFC debut. Fucking insane, innit?
That's brilliant. What a story. You must have been buzzing your tits off.
Still am. This is what I mean. I'm still just like, all of this is just fucking gone off the Richter scale for me. I don't have to be the champion of the world, the number one ranked in the world with the most money to realize, like, I don't think many people have had a story like that for that first UFC fight, or ever.
Yeah.
It's just the most crazy fucking thing. Like, one of your childhood heroes, essentially. Fucking crazy.
No, it's amazing, mate. It really is. It's because
Yeah.
you're massive though, Oban, and the future's only going to get rosier. You know what I mean? There's a title in your future as well, and things are just going to get bigger and bigger. But that's why you work your ass off. That's why you're there in Germany right now.
Yeah, I'm not going to stop until I've just, with the title and everything. I like, you got to get to the top 15. You've got just one fight at a time. I just want to make sure I maximize my potential. Me and my brother, when we were kids, sorry to fucking go on here, boys. Me and my brother, when we were kids, we both started training, but he stopped 18, 17, I want to say. He stopped. And I never wanted to, I always used to think to myself, if I stop, will I regret it? Fuck, will I regret it? And like, I kind of had that, like, I saw my brother go one way, just stop training, take up, but he was like lifting weights, he was doing his thing. And And I thought, oh, well, if I stop, I don't know if I'll regret it or not. So I'm just going to keep going. Whether I enjoy it or not, I'm going to keep going. And that's kind of that same mindset now, being in the UFC, going into my 4th fight in the UFC. I haven't lost in the UFC. I don't want to have any regrets thinking I didn't maximize my potential, whether it's top 15, whether it's the greatest of all fucking time. I just want to keep going.
So, based upon that, and based upon your hero, Chael Sonnen, you do have to maximize your time, and you have to maximize your time on the microphone. And I know you've always done that. You've always done that. You've always put on a show. You're always very entertaining. But assuming you get the victory in your next fight, you have to have a name to call out, right? You can't just say, I'm here to take over. Give me anyone. I'll fight anyone the UFC puts in front of me. You have to have a name, and you have to say it with some insults, and you have to set the world on fire. So I'm looking at the rankings right here. You're not yet ranked.
Yes.
Michael Venom Page is 15. Don't call him out. We love Mike.
Yeah, I won't call him out.
Vincente Luque, 14. Prates, he just got beat though. Michael Morales has got a fight coming up. I mean, do you want someone in the top 15? Do you think you're ready for that?
I was calling for it before I got this fight, and now this is like a great fight. This is as important as any of them. I've got the thing is with that, I've got an idea already, and I don't want to give it away, kind of thing.
All right, I get it.
But
you'll save it for the Chael Sonnen show. Fine.
Fuck off.
It's fine. I will, fucks me around on the time. Won't give me the exclusives.
Nah, the thing is, I will be calling somebody out after the fight 100% because I would have earned that right, and I know exactly how I'm going to call him out. It'll come down to who maybe I'll decide on the week of, but he'll have a number next to his name.
We just got a chat in here. It says, when is the next headlock Picasso with Guru? Come on, Oban. Yeah. What does that mean? What does that mean?
Do you know the MMA Guru?
Yeah, of course I do. Yeah.
So me and him were going back and forth, taking a piss out of each other. And he did like a Twitter space.
Right.
So basically he said this story about how he had me in a headlock in a fucking rugby game. And then he did a Twitter space, and then we said, we'll call this the Headlock Podcast. And then we ended up we did like 2 or 3 of them. But I don't know when I'm next going to do them.
I see.
Yeah.
All right. So we'll play just to let you go. And then go on, Harrington.
I want to get to this one because we have 2 questions related to essentially the same subject. Relax wants to know, ask Oban what happened in the lockers with Paulo Costa. And then John Fandango wants to know, have you been training with Borrachinha, and has he hooked you up with some secret juice? We promise we won't tell.
Well, the thing is with the secret juice, it doesn't matter if you tell someone or not, if you're drinking it or not, because they won't be able to find it. And of course, he gave me the secret juice. And what do you mean? What happened in the locker room with Paolo? What kind of?
This is relaxed question, not mine. You got to take that up with him.
No, I don't.
It feels like a troll to me.
Yeah. No, it does. It does.
I don't know what the fuck happened with Paolo in the locker room.
Listen. Whatever you and Paolo got up to in the locker room, it's fine. You're consenting adults. It's fine. It's fine. So, you know what they say about Welshmen.
Yeah, leave it there now. Come on.
I will do. It's late where you are, and I'm sure you're tired. How was the training session? Did it go well?
Yeah, it was good. I trained in Holland about 2:00, drove back to Dusseldorf and got a good hour and a half in there. Training hard. I'm looking forward to the training being done, but I'm feeling fucking good, man.
Well, good.
I've leveled up. I'm feeling good.
To let you go, we're going to end on this. A quick word association with the top 5. Okay?
Okay.
I say a name. You say the first word that comes to mind.
Okay, go.
Bilal Muhammad.
I said this before and got fucking...
Say it.
No, because he calls himself Remember the Name, doesn't he?
Right.
So then the way to take the piss out of that is, what's your name? So I said before, I said who? But
Oh,
I'm going to say
I see.
champ. I'm going to say champ.
Okay, respect.
Yeah.
Sean Brady. And by the way,
Tattoos.
these are supposed to be one-word answers. There you go. You get it now.
Yeah.
Tattoo.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, that's fucking hell.
No, you're all right. It's fine. Shavkat Rakhmonov. Say it. Doom, 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 doom.
He's like a fucking werewolf. I don't know, some fucking jungle creature. I don't know what the fuck he is.
All right. Leon Edwards.
Legend.
Yep. 2 more. Kamara Usman.
Knees shot.
Knees are shot. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Instead of headshot, you're saying knee shot.
Knee shot. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's mad though he's fighting still, but I've heard his knees are proper fucked, isn't he?
Yeah, he said that on the Joe Rogan podcast. He was very open about it. You know,
Yeah,
he's had a
He doesn't lie about it, does he? Yeah.
No, yeah. Dude, I've got no knees. I've got 2 total knee replacements.
Oh my God, I didn't know that.
Yeah. Look after your knees, man. I'm telling you, it's a tough game. And then number 5, last one on the game, Jack Della Maddalena. It's a quick game.
Bonk nose, like me.
Oh, God.
He's got a worse nose than me.
Mate, that nose has been broken a few times. Let's have a look at your nose. Let's have a look. Oh, yeah, yours is bent.
But if I hold the phone there, you can't really see it. You can't really... you can.
No, I was going to say, the way you had it angled was perfect. You couldn't really tell, but there you can.
Yeah, but look at that now.
Yeah.
I
had my nose rebuilt from my ribs, right? They redid it, not for vanity purposes, but when I did my book, the legendary international bestseller, Quitters Never Win.
Is it really an international bestseller?
Bro, it is what it is.
Fucking fair play.
What kind of... Oh, let's go.
Look at this.
That's what the publishers told me.
Right.
That's what one guy told me, so I'll take it.
Oh, 100% take it. Fuck me.
No, but I noticed because I had to send in a picture of my face for the front cover. And I was like, what's going on? Every picture, my nose just looks destroyed. So I went to see a doctor and they said that's called a saddle nose. It's where all the foundation of the nose is completely gone. He put a camera up my nose, he said, and he started laughing. I said, what are you laughing at? He said, it's like a grenade has gone off in there. He said, you've got no nose. He said, and soon it's just going to be like, it's just going to collapse onto your face.
And you'll just have at least like a flat nose, was it? Because mine fucking... I look at mine sticks out like I look like one of them fucking statues.
Yeah, you do. Yeah. Off Easter Island.
Yeah, one of them.
There you go. Charmer.
Sick of it, man.
Yeah.
So I have a super chat in here. I wanted to read this. I want to make sure that I'm not getting trolled here.
You probably are, mate.
Did you find a pearl in Abu Dhabi?
No, that was me.
Oh, okay. All right. Forget it. My bad.
I saw, I went pearl diving in Abu Dhabi and I found some pearls.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, they were planted
forever.
They were planted, man. They had to have been. They had to have been. Oban, we're going to let you go, mate. Thanks for joining us. You know,
of course, brother.
Do you know what? In a crazy twist of events, you bailed on us. Azamat was here. But you've shown up, and Azamat hasn't.
Oh my God, he didn't come.
He didn't come. And he was publicly campaigning on Twitter.
Yeah. Where is he then? I said, listen to this. Have I got to go now? Can I say something?
No, kicking me off. Stay on.
Yeah. I said on that, because I thought, look at this guy. He's got his Twitter account. He's having a good time. And he said, "Did you have?"
No. He just said to me, I just looked at his DMs. He says, "I'm free now. I'm ready." I don't think he knows how it works. We've emailed you the link. You have to click the link in your phone. Anyway, go on. Sorry, you were saying.
But yeah, I said he said, send questions to the Bisping podcast, and obviously because I was doing it with him, I said, how did like the only question I would know about him because I didn't know who he was until I'd seen him on Twitter all the time. I said, how did you get so many followers, brother? This is high level, and because I think he's Russian, isn't he?
Yeah, I think he's here. Brian, is he here? He says he's here. Brian.
He just got on. Like
Oh, he just got on. Bring him on. Let's have a three-way.
I was watching it.
Brother, wait.
This guy.
What do you mean, brother? Brother.
This is mental. Do you guys know each other?
No, I don't know. I just want to say congratulations on your success, brother.
Thank you. I thought you forgot about me.
No, bro. I said we sent you the link. That's up to you then. You got to go to the email, Azamat, and you got to hit the button.
Yeah.
But it's okay.
I found it. I was on, but I needed to to do again. Yeah.
It's okay.
Then
Don't
you
worry.
started talking about me, and I ran and did it again.
Oh, so you forgot. You forgot.
No, I didn't forget. I was.
He didn't know how to
on
do
time.
it, Bisping. You needed to explain this better, Bisping.
We got it. Oban, we're going to let you go, brother.
Go on.
My man.
See
Good
you.
luck with the rest of
See you.
camp. Take it easy. Azamat Bekoev. Finally, he's here. The one, the only. By public demand, you are here. It's good to meet you, my friend, and talk to you properly.
Good to meet you, and thank you for having me here. As I told you, I'm a big fan of you because you inspired a lot of people because you had long and tough career, and you inspired people, fighters like me, and you sacrificed a part of your body and never give up. You became a champion. That's very inspiring.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate that very, very much. And I appreciate you. So last Saturday in Iowa, I was saying this before. Remember, I walked in the elevator. You were heading over to the arena. I'm like, how's the fight going to go? You're like, I'm going to stop the takedown and I'm going to knock him out. And that is exactly what you did. And Ryan Loader is a very, very tough opponent. Congratulations. That was a great performance.
Thank you so much. I was watching your podcast before, and you was talking about wrestlers that they don't know how to wrestle against a cage. MMA wrestling is different, and I was confident. My wrestling is very high level, I think, and that's why I stopped him easy. But it not means that his wrestling is bad. Even Bo Nickel, he have good wrestling, but MMA different, with that.
Yeah. So give me your story, because obviously I've watched you fight. I've seen both your fights in the UFC. I watched some of your fights before the UFC. But other than your fights, I don't know much about you. And I'm sure a lot of people are seeing you for the first time. So who is Azamat Bekoev? Give us the story.
Michael, can I say something before? Because
Please.
In the cage, you didn't let me tell. I wanted to say
Yeah.
hi.
Hold on.
I wanted to say hi to my mom and my parents.
I'm sorry.
Now you have to say to hi them.
Hello. What is your mom and dad called?
Zalina and Ruslan.
Zaina, Ruslan, hello from me. Your son, you should be very, very proud of him. He's doing big things. I'm sorry, brother. They tell us. We get told. No. I got to explain. We get told because of the TV time. Two questions. Yeah. So we did 2 questions and I had to get out. I'm sorry.
I not get mad because I understand it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So give us your story.
I'm going to tell 3 years ago, I wrapped my kidney in the sparring with heavyweight guy. Ruptured.
Yep. Ruptured, yeah.
Yeah, and I felt bad in sparring, but I wanted to continue sparring, but it was impossible. I felt really not good. And go to the shower, and I passed away in the shower, and then I woke up, understand that it's going to bed, and go outside and ask reception girl, call ambulance, and she thought I'm joking because I always joke, and I told her again, and she called to ambulance, and in 1 hour they made me surgery, and they fixed it. The first question when I woke up after surgery, it was, you save my kidney or no? Because I wanted to fight. And I couldn't believe while they didn't show me X-ray. And then they say that I'm going to start training in 6 months. But in 6 months, I was on my way to USA and I get fight in Turkey on my way for free, for no money. And I came here. America, I wanted to train in American top team. I came there, texting the manager Richie. I don't know. I got lucky. They let me training there. They let me live in the fighter house, and I started to fighting here. Like LFA first fight, I won it after this injury, like in 9 months. Then I get fight with Dylan Budka in like 1 year after this. It went like split decision because I couldn't take the shape, after surgery. I was confident, but my body wasn't like strong like before. I couldn't get the shape, and before the injury I had like 90% finishes, but after injury I couldn't like get to shape. And I get decision with I'm LFA champion. I was inter champion and LFA champion. It was Lucas Fernando. He was competed in Dana White Contender Series, and after we was fighting for unification, and I beat him, but it was decision. And Mick Maynard again doesn't call me. He didn't like it. He thought I'm boarding fighter, but I just wasn't in shape. And then he said, "You need a fight, finish." And I accepted another fight with a very tough opponent, big experience. And I was decided only to fight in the striking. I showed him that I can wrestle, but I didn't use my wrestling. And I knocked him out in the second round, conscious. And I still didn't get the call from the Mick Maynard. And I was worried about that. My manager said, "You have to wait." And maybe what I needed to figure it out. And I went to the New York to John Jones was fighting with Stipe Miocic. And I went there and was looking for Mick Maynard. And the second day, I didn't sleep. I just was next to the hotel and was waiting for him, wanted to see him. And first time when I saw him in the evening time, he was with somebody talking, and I didn't want to interrupt them. And I didn't come up because it was not polite. And I still he go somewhere. I didn't saw him, but I still was waiting for him there. And in 2 a.m, I found him, come up to him, and with my phone show him my knockout. You told me to make a knockout. I did the knockout. What else I have to do? Tell me, I'm gonna make it. And he said, "Bro, don't worry, we're gonna figure it out. But just we're gonna see it tomorrow." And I go home, but I couldn't believe that something happened. Maybe I think he doesn't like me. And in the morning time, my manager called me and invite me to the hotel. I came there, and he said, "You are in." And I was waiting again, about 3-4 months, but I spent all my money before. I didn't have even money because I fought almost for free, 5 or 6 fights. Didn't have money, nothing. Life is expensive here. And I was worried again. Nobody called me, short notice, nothing happening. And I go to the Tampa again to see Mick Maynard and make sure that he still hold his word.
So basically, you were just following Mick Maynard to all the different fights, and "Hey, Mick, give me a fight, let's go."
Yes, it was like that. I went to from Miami to the Tampa on my car. I found him. It was easier to find him there. I don't know how. It was I came and I saw him. "Hey, Mick, what about fight? Will you give me, or what I need to do? Tell me. I want to fight only in the UFC. other promotions giving me like fights, but I don't want to. This is my dream. I'm following it like since I started. And he said, brother, no worry. You are in just waiting for short notice. And I go home again back. And next day, the next evening, my manager called me and said, Mick said, stop following him. He said,
well, exactly. I don't blame him
said,
because that gets a little creepy. You keep following him around. It's like, dude, you've got a contract. We'll get you a fight.
I'm going to give you a fight. Don't worry. And it was like in the Artem Levin class, and there was Arman Sarukian too. And Arman asked me, when you going to fight? And I said, maybe probably in your fight card when he was fighting with, he's supposed to fighting with Makhachev, Islam Makhachev. Mm-hmm. And I just say that, and 5 days before his fight, UFC called me. I get the call and I was very happy. I spent all my money, but I still was like believing that I'll be there. And I was, nobody was believing, but I never wanted to, when I win by decision, I never was satisfied. I was angry every time. I have only 4 decisions. I have 20 victories and 4 decisions. And for decisions,
I'm looking here. Your record is 20 wins, 3 losses, 8 knockouts, 8 submissions. So you are a finisher. You had 2 knockouts in the first round in the UFC so far. I mean, you're doing big things, brother. There is big things in your future.
Yeah, hopefully. I'm sure. I'm sure.
Yeah, no, you've got a personality. You're definitely persistent. You know what I mean? You're willing to do whatever it takes to get signed. And more importantly, 2 big wins in the UFC, 2 knockouts, one of them on short notice. And that one against Ryan Loder. Ryan's a very talented guy, a very, very good wrestler. So that was very impressive, man. So you should be proud of yourself. Where do you live right now? Where's home?
My home, right now, I'm living in the Fighter House, American Top Team. 3 years I'm living there. But my home is like it's small village back in Russia, like North Ossetia. North Ossetia, it's mountains. Like there is population where I used to live there when I went to the school only was like 150 people. In my class, I have only 3 classmates. I was fourth one, you know. Wow. And when I lived there, I never thought about that. I can become a fighter, you know. I didn't know that I'm going to fight, but this is like social lift. I don't know, you know, how to translate it. Like, but I wanted to make it be successful with something, you know. But I didn't found any other way to be successful. That's why I chose like MMA. You know,
it's not uncommon. Most fighters, they're the same way. Life was hard. They don't know what to do with themselves, but they recognize they have a skill. They're not afraid of hard work, you know, and you're willing to take sacrifices, and you've got the bravery and the courage to step in there and fight for your future, to make something of yourself. So you live at American Top Team. Tell me about that. Like, who do you share a room with, and what's it like? You know, is there any funny stories you can share with us about living at the gym?
When I just came here, in my apartment was living Brendan Mills. He's Matt Hughes' son.
Oh, no way.
Yeah. He's young guy. He was 20 years old back then. Now he's older. But when I went to the room, the manager, American Top Team manager, Richie, says that you're going to live with American guy. But when I went to the room, he started speaking Russian with me. And I was surprised. I wanted to learn English. Why are you talking with me like Russian? I was angry. Hey, don't speak Russian. But he knew only a couple of words, you know, but he pronounced it like very good. I live with him. There is one more guy. His name is Christian Turner. He's gonna be in UFC also soon. Yeah, he's very talented. And Abasov. There is a lot of UFC guys too, but they just come and beg for like.
Of course, because they're
But I'm live most of my time. I live there because I following the goal. You know.
Yeah, no, absolutely, and that's how it all starts, brother. You know, you'll be living at the gym for a little bit. You're going to win some fights. You're going to start making more money. Then you're going to get yourself a little apartment in Florida. Then after a while, you get a few more fights, start getting more money. Then you're going to be living in a big house. Then you're going to be too big to come on the podcast. You're going to be like, nah, fuck that. I ain't speaking to you, Bisping. The only podcast I'm going on is Joe goddamn Rogan. Azamat Bekoev, you continue doing what you're doing. Don't change a thing. Tell your mum and dad I say hello. I look forward to the next fight. Now get the bloody hell out of here. And thank you very much for your time.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
My man, Azamat, seriously, congrats. 2 big wins, 2 knockouts in the first round. Beautiful work. I'm looking forward to the next one. Talk to you soon, brother.
And I want to say, hey guys,
go. No time. I gotta go. I'm joking.
Go by Bisping's book. What was?
Quitters never win.
Quitters never win, and you're gonna win too.
What a guy! There we go. Azamat,
Nice
you're the
to
man.
meet you. Thank you for having me here.
Anytime, brother. We'll talk to you soon. Take care. Harrington, Brian, I didn't think he was coming on. This has turned into almost a 2-hour show. What is going on?
Yeah, well, we were having the pre-show meeting. Like, just gonna screw around, chat for 20 minutes or so, talk to the believers, get some fight picks. Now we're the hardest hitting journalists in MMA. I don't know what to tell you.
We really are. You know what? So he's living at American Top Team in the dorms. I mean, people. You think this life is easy. Those people that are living in the dorms, you don't get away from the gym. They smell, they stink. I don't know what American Top Team is like. It's a beautiful gym, to be fair. So I'm assuming their showers are nice. But I've trained at gyms where people live in the dorms. There's no hot water. It's absolutely freezing. There was like 10 Brazilians crammed into one tiny little room. You know what I mean? It didn't smell the best. Those people that are living in the dorms, they want it bad. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you're right. John Smith in the chat says we missed the chance to ask about Torres Finney. I should have done that. But I didn't. So, life goes on, I guess. Is there any breaking news, Hamilton, that we need to get to before we wrap this one up and maybe do a quick question? By the way, just noticed a few members joining. Thank you all for joining the membership program. Of course, the Discord will be popping, but to join the Discord, you got to be a member. Anything else, Harrington?
No. I mean, nothing for those people. I think the biggest breaking news that I saw, it was my fight of the year coming into 2024. The one I wanted to see the most.
Macy Barber?
No. Brendan Allen versus Marvin Vettori, official for UFC Nolans. I'm very excited for that fight.
Yeah. That's a rematch, right? They fought before?
Did they?
Oh, no. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm thinking, yeah. Regardless, good fight. Let me have a look. I'll see if there's any breaking news here. But let's have a look. News. Matt Brown argues the honeymoon is over for women's MMA. He doesn't find the fights nearly as exciting. UFC veteran folded by vicious spinning back kick at Russian MMA event. Valentina Shevchenko experience helps her blow off Manon Fiorot's UFC 315 opponent. Yeah, I agree with that. She is more experienced. She is more well-rounded. I think Valentina Shevchenko probably wins this one quite comfortably, to be honest. And then Valentina Shevchenko and Demetrius Johnson make their flyweight GOAT case. I don't know why this just popped in my head. Did you see what was going on with Paige Van Zandt and Dylan Dennis?
Like a year ago?
No, like yesterday.
Very recently. No, I didn't.
Dylan Dennis posted a fake. Let me know, chat, if any of you guys saw this. He posted like a fake Instagram chat where Paige, I was sent this I'm on a group text, where she says, oh, it'll get big numbers. You want to come and have sex with me in front of my husband? It's called the cook style video. And then Paige came out and like responded to it. Yeah, no, it was bullshit. It's just Dylan Dennis stirring the pot once again. Do you know what I mean? I don't know why Dylan Dennis just popped into my head there. Both should fight Dylan Dennis as they both suck. Oh, that's not fair. That's not fair. But you didn't see anything to do with that, Harrington?
No, I mean, I know that he has been taking shots at her and her husband for quite some time. Her husband has been trying to get a fight with Dylan, to settle the score or whatever. It's I think her husband's in the UFC now, right?
He is in the UFC. He had a successful debut in, I think it was it Saudi Arabia? I think he had a fight recently. Yeah,
so that
let me tell you.
No shot he's fighting Dylan Dennis. Dylan Dennis is never getting a UFC call.
Austin Vanderford, that's her husband. One of the nicest guys you'll ever meet. I swear to God. Have you ever met him?
I have not, no.
Dude, he walks in the room. He's got the biggest smile. He's so polite and well-spoken. He is like legit a great guy. I'm telling you. And I mean, who knows? I don't know him that well, but he seems on paper, when you first meet him, he seems amazing. He really does. He's a great guy. Was there any other breaking news before we do a question?
Nothing too crazy that I'm seeing here. Just a couple fight bookings.
Let's go through some of the chat here. Is there anything in the chat? 10 DeLongs. I don't think it's because Bisping only watches UFC. Not sure what that's in relevance to. Bisping wants to sit in the corner. Oh dear. This is a Hall of Fame show. Well, thank you, B Fatty. What else? Have you seen anything good in the chat, Harrington?
Nothing. I have not. Nothing good. Absolutely. I've seen a lot, but nothing good. I think this is interesting. Arman Tsarukyan just booked a grappling match against Patricky Pitbull at an event at ADXC 10 in Moscow. That's now 2 grappling events since he was out with an injury and missed his title fight. Is he a grappling fighter now? What the hell is he doing?
No. Well, didn't he just?
He just turned down Mateusz Gamrot. Yeah.
Yeah,
but
because Mateusz is ranked like what, number 8 or something like that, I think, whatever it is. So he's not happy with that. Mateusz is ranked, by the way. Where is he? Mateusz
is, yeah, he's down there though.
He's number 7, and he's got to prove himself. We talked about this on Monday. I don't know what he's doing. If you're turning down fights, that's not the way to get a title fight. He was supposed to fight for the belt, so I sympathize with him. He got injured, whatever it was, weight cut, whatever, right? We don't know the full story. But they're going to make him fight again. And now if he's turning down a fight, I don't think he's going to find himself with a title fight if he just waits on the sidelines. And Arman Tsarukyan's a really, really good fighter. So just fight somebody, get a win, and then you'll get your title fight. But just sitting around and waiting, I don't think that's the way to play this. But anyway, chat. We are live. We were live. We are still live, in fact. But we're gonna wrap this one up in just a second. Brian McKay.
Well, hello.
Brian Harrington. Sorry for the insult.
My father.
Is that your father?
That is his father.
Yeah. You had a question, but you said it was 3 minutes long.
No, that's not what I meant. It was it's a question that we've kind of talked about before, but
well, don't worry about it then. If we've done it before.
Yeah.
Yeah. If we've answered that question before, we don't want to retread the same path or the same water, even, in fact. Where will you be watching the fights?
On the Discord. I mean, not watching them on the Discord, but I'll be watching them and hanging out in the Discord.
Whilst on the Discord. And the UFC 315 press conference is in a few minutes, according to Piggly Wiggly.
Oh, people are asking, damn, what's the question? It's quick. It's quick. We'll just pop it up.
Just put the question on
this
there,
is
then.
From Edinburgh.
Charlie from Edinburgh, Scotland here. Hi, Michael and Paul. Hope you're well. My question is, do you think we will ever see somebody hold 3 weight division titles at once? And who do you think is most capable of doing that? Cheers, guys.
It's a tricky one. Being a double champ causes enough problems as it is. Could you imagine the backlog with a triple champ? I do think we could see a situation where somebody could become a champ in 3 weight classes, but not simultaneously. Like, you could get someone that just barely makes welterweight that could win a belt at 185, like George St. Pierre did, and then maybe go up to 205. You could have Elliott 145, 155, and maybe 170. So that's not, unreasonable to think about. But being the champion 3 times simultaneously, I don't think we'll ever see that. It just causes too many problems.
You can't hold up 3 divisions by one
3
guy.
divisions.
That's
3 divisions.
Like literally, you could maybe get a belt defended once every 18 months if the guy's got to cycle through all 3. You know what I mean? Like that's absolutely insane. But somebody like Pereira already has the middleweight gold, already has light heavyweight, and there were talks about if he had won that Ankalaev fight, going up to heavyweight and skipping in front of Tom Aspinall. So that could have been, your first three weight and 3 divisions guy.
But he didn't.
Didn't
he
he say that they don't want to do
win.
that shit anymore?
And he's retired.
Well, he was hacked. Yeah, but I think Brian is right. I think the new policy is if you want to try for belt number 2, belt number 1 stays here.
Slow motion. Yeah, I don't know if that's true because didn't Dana get asked about that in a follow-up press conference? He did get asked about it at a follow-up press conference. He did in a post-fight. And yeah, he said it wasn't quite, I can't remember the exact words. It was something like it was not quite as black and white as that. But anyway, regardless. Yeah, we're going out tonight with another couple. We're going to candlelight dinner, candlelight concert at the Nixon Library.
I didn't take you for pineapple people, Mike.
What's pineapple people?
Swingers.
Oh, stop it. There ain't no swinging, mate. There ain't no swinging. That's for damn sure. But listen, guys, wherever you are all over the world, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for making this podcast what it is. Big thanks to Mike Harrington and Brian McKay, of course. Shout out John Brannigan. He does the artwork. Shout out Paul Felder. He'll be back on Monday. And we'll have our guests on Monday as well. What guest do we have on Monday?
No, I was saying you were shouting out everybody, but you didn't shout out our guest.
Azamat Bekoev, the one and only Welsh gangster, Oban Elliott. Thanks for supporting the show, everyone. We'll be back on Monday. Enjoy the fights. Brian, hang up.